Hey guys, wanted to do a quick little video over best deer attractants there. And I'm first going to start off with food sources. And number one is going to be food plots. You know, we roll with a lot of the Nixa hardware and seed company food plots, such as buck salad there. The deer really enjoy, they eat that thing all the way from, late August all the way through January, and just provides a really great food source for them. And then, we really use those food plots more of a staging areas on a lot of our pieces of property as those deer come out there, feed in the evenings, and then they feed on out into the bigger agriculture fields. And then that's going to lead into the next one. There is an agriculture field. If you've got some unpressured, agriculture fields or food plots, you always want to try to keep those things unpressured as much as you can. Entry and exit, playing the wind, playing the thermals, all going in during your hunt and on your exit is definitely key for your success throughout the season. And then as we transition into more of a trees, if you can find if you can find some acorn trees or some sort of a chestnut tree, those are awesome trees to identify and mark on your on your phone or whatever you got your GPS, and keep track of those, because when it's a heavy acorn year, those are really great, areas to be hunting. Now, on your private ground, if you have the availability to plant trees, such as, fruit trees, apples, pears, peaches, any of that stuff, those deer will eat those. Now, that's more of an early season food plot there, but I have seen, some of our deer up there in Kansas eat pears on into the latter part of October and even into early November, depending on the time of the year that those pears are actually able to be ate. And if you're able to get into some of your food plot areas, I've got several of them that I like to have a variety of fruit trees. And, even I've got a couple chestnut trees that are growing currently, and really look forward to seeing to that future. And the very next one is going to be getting away from the whole food there for a minute there, but then it's going to be water. Whether you've got a pond that you're able to hunt, run some trail cameras over, identify if there's any big mature deer continuously hit, especially early season. If you've got some pretty warm weather and you've got a deer continuously going in there in the evenings, try to hunt that deer. Same concept applies during the rut. Those deer, they just go, and especially on top of any kind of ridge top or hills. If you've got either a pond or a water hole, or even a small swimming pool, you can fill up. That's definitely a great way, just for another attractant there for those deer. And then also, anytime that you're on your hunting locations, whether it's your blind, tree stand, ground blind, if you can get you a mock scrape in there and hang that, whether that's a branch or a vertical mock scrape, such as a vine with a rope or a hemp rope, whatever you guys have available to you, that's another great deer attractant. And then, as we get into some of the other states there, here in Missouri, we're not allowed to bait, but a lot of states you are allowed to bait in on private ground. So, corn, protein, any kind of feeder-like system you guys got, again, is another deer attractant. I'd highly recommend, not really pressuring that. That's a lot of I think some of the issues that hunters have in regards to the states that they do hunt when they're able to, hunt over bait or grain or protein, that they're just continuously going in there and they're not really hunting it smart, thinking that food source is going to get the deer. And the large majority of the time, you see a lot of your does in there, and then your big mature bucks won't show up until after dark. So there's a few items there for you guys to keep in mind in regards to deer attractants and kind of the order in which I would kind of list them out there in priority for myself. So hopefully this helps you guys out there, and like always, hopefully you guys are getting out there in nature. Best luck on your upcoming hunt.